Guys, Prowl 1701 here, and once again, more news about potential episodes. But unlike the original rumor we hear, which you take with a grain of salt, the fact that it's coming from film is fabulous. Is very telling. One of the Twitter users, Jamie, big Doctor Who fan, see him on Twitter all the time, did repost this. Looks like I believe it's from Facebook maybe, but it's from Film is Fabulous, who I follow. Film is Fabulous, and also they have been recently recognized as a charity. That's awesome. So people can donate to their work, and what they do is they catalog and preserve old media, especially a lot of British media, um, to save it for posterity. And of course, a lot of us for a long time have been wondering, anytime they take in collections, any Doctor Who, they probably get asked that a million times. I never ask because I'm sure somebody else will. But they did post this. They said, thanks. As mentioned by Sue Malden, another important name in Doctor Who, at our recovered event in May, we are aware of several missing episodes of Doctor Who. Sue stated one of two, but there are more than this. In private film collections in the UK, we are liaisoning with the individuals about cataloging and preserving their entire collection, including the missing Doctor Who episodes, and ensuring that copies are returned to the BBC. We expect to make a detailed announcement shortly. This is good news. One thing about Film is Fabulous is they're, as Gordon on the merchandise forum mentions, they've been very transparent. They're very upfront about things. I don't think they would make an announcement teasing the return of missing Doctor Who episodes if they didn't have something. Because they know. They're Doctor Who fans. They know. So they wouldn't do this just to get people's hopes up, just to dash them. I firmly believe that. Now, as other people have mentioned, this could be just better copies of existing episodes. It could be, Invasion of the Dinosaurs Episode 1, colorized versions of The Mind of Evil, which also fine. I would love to have better looking episodes, or even 60s episodes that aren't missing, but the prints are in rough shape. Better looking copies of those? Yes, please. But I feel like the way this is phrased, with several missing episodes of Doctor Who literally being stated right here, I feel like there's something to this. It says, we expect to make a detailed announcement shortly. And I believe it followed up with something somewhere else that said we should hear something in the coming weeks. I believe they also announced something about early Avengers episodes as well. We'll get to that in a second. But I find this cautiously optimistic because I feel like Film is Fabulous wouldn't say anything if they didn't have something. We're going to switch over real quick to the merchandise forum and read what they've been saying about that real fast. Now here's Gordon. Gordon is like the go-to guy on the merchandise forum. Like he's like the inside man. He's not really an inside man, but you think he was inside man. He has all the info. He says, got to admit, Film is Fabulous has posted a real positive update that has got my interest. Believe it when I see it, but it's a very positive coming from them. Firstly, they have been accepted as a charity, which is an excellent plus. It is. And it mentions what I've talked about here. I also added, we have a few things for Dick Fitty to announce at Blackpool in November. The next few weeks are going to be very exciting. Also, November is Doctor Who's birthday. November 23rd is right around the corner. Perfect time for announcing stuff like this. And we hope to have more news on early Avengers episodes in the weeks ahead. Also, very good news. I'm a huge Patrick Magny fan. It might just end up being better prints, but it all sounds positively exciting. I doubt Film is Fabulous wouldn't have mentioned all this if they had nothing. They've been pretty transparent whenever they can in the past. Same. I feel like they wouldn't have brought this up if they didn't have something exciting to live up to the announcement. Because I think they know anything, for a lot of people, anything less than a missing episode would be a disappointment. Me, you give me colored versions of The Mind of Evil, because I love The Mind of Evil, my favorite season 8 story, written by the same guy who wrote Inferno. And the color restoration on it, while good, is still a little lacking. I'd love to have better color prints of it that they could work on. And even Invasion of the Dinosaurs Episode 1, just to make that easier. But yeah, I would love some missing episodes. Oh, yes. A lot of people, saying here, hopefully the 2 recovered episodes would be released in November. I don't think that would happen. That would be much too soon. Marco Polo episodes would be welcome. Yes, they would. Even here, Gordon adds, any episode find is welcome, even if it's a better print. How much help of season 11 of Invasions of Dinosaurs Part 1 is, part of the find. I would love to see some episodes from completely missing historicals turn up. Marco Polo, Mythmakers, Massacres, Smugglers, Highlanders. I'd like to see that as well, especially as someone who loves the Highlanders. I love even the recon for the Highlanders. Sometimes recons can be a struggle to get through, like Space Pirates, but I love the Highlanders. Even the recon of the Highlanders is fun to watch, so I'd love to get an episode of the Highlanders. Yes, I'd even love to get an episode of the Space Pirates. It's a very visual story, and the novel is a great read. I think if more of Space Pirates existed, it might go up in people's estimation. That recon is really hard to get through with no telesnaps. And he mentions how plenty of people have wondered why they haven't animated Will yet. How wonderful would it be if even part of Will turns up, and that maybe only one episode needs an animation or something? That would be interesting. I just wrote, I'll take any episode, even if it's just 1 or 2. But it sounds like potentially more, which is really nice. So the fact that the announcement is coming from Film is fabulous. I've been following them on Twitter for a little while now, several months. I give that more weight than just the typical rumor, which I have pretty much always taken with a grain of salt. It's been so long since the last finds, the Web of Fear, the Enemy of the World finds, that you wonder if there's any more out there. But hearing this from them, and I could certainly see possibly an announcement at some time in November. That would be the perfect time if everything's put in place. I'm super excited about this news. Cautiously optimistic, but still super excited. I don't think they would announce something like this to get people's hopes up if they didn't have anything. So, yeah, I am curious to see what they have, and the idea of getting Doctor Who episodes that haven't been seen in decades by anyone in the public, really. It's very exciting. So I want to know, what do you think of this news? This is the most exciting news to come out for Doctor Who in a while, honestly. And it beats season 2. So comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button. Don't forget to check out the Patreon as well. Links to that are down below. I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons: Colin Coney, Sam Venning, Finn Perkins, Unknown289, and Andrew's Only Major. I appreciate their support and the support of all of my patrons. It's very much appreciated. I also have a link to the Amazon wish list and all that fun stuff down there as well. Most importantly, thank you for watching.